Corner him.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, so we keep moving, then, I guess.
Alright. Sheep, let me know when you've loaded. There is a new map called Tavern, which it's fine, and the other players can continue to handle their things as they trudge through. They will make it back to Hiram's Hall without interruption. And until you load, Sheep, they can have their conversation.
Should be another 2 minutes.
No problem.
Sure. Well, I suppose we'll get back.
Mm-hmm. We can remove the Thomas from the bed.
Yes, I can paint a scene. The snow is slowly clearing up, and it does become easier and easier to see for the passage of time as you carefully make your way back on the treacherous, ruined, icy roads. Thankfully, your establishment, Hiram's Hall, has not been assaulted or besieged while you were out. Appears to be intact. Despite the extreme cold. Which, by the way, it's worth noting for everyone, in case you weren't familiar, one of the numerous quirks about Hiram's Hall is that it doesn't have the same temperature as the outside levels. It actually has a temperate and fairly comfortable climate. Whereas whenever you open the door and step outside into icy hell, there's a striking difference. So long as you keep the door closed, everything's fine. Okay. Thomas. The snow does slightly clear up for you as well, although not overly much. You are escorted, surrounded by this revolving vanguard of lizardmen who aren't really talking to each other that much, but do chortle about how maybe with you being returned, they'll be able to get off patrol early. And maybe these are good things after all. They escort you through a winding series of passageways, ruined areas, especially with these snowy conditions. Thomas is not really sure he could remember the way. But you reach what appears to be the exterior of a dilapidated two-story brick tavern. There are guards posted out here at the front of a large wooden door, which is currently open, and you can hear the boisterous sounds of merriment, guttural laughter, and definitely clanging drinks as people eat and perhaps carouse within.
That can only mean good things.
You're escorted down this icy road. Over here appears to be the remnants of what was a stable. A pathway leading in. There's various stalls there where one would keep their horses, or pegasi, or pseudo-dragons, or whatever it is people like to ride back when High Rock was a thing. And, escorted all the way up here. You brought another one, eh? Yeah, we were let off patrol early. I don't think so. Orders being what they are, you need to go back out there. Get back to your posts. You're not the boss of us. And then you hear further back in the tavern, get back on patrol! Muttering, grumbling as the savages, the lizardmen walk away. Back down the road. You're a new one, huh? One of them turns to look at Thomas. What's your story?
Well, my family, they all got killed, and I don't even know how, and now this weather, it's... Oh, I just want a warm place and stop being the butt of all the life's jokes.
Yeah, get inside with the others, whatever. He'll be talked to soon. Sit down and help yourself, and the last day you'll drink from those sweet lips of yours. Stepping into the first room here, this most certainly, at one point, was a well-respected, presumably, given how fine the brick building looks even now, establishment. With lovely tables here with stools where a mixture of humans and lizardmen are eating and drinking and watching the entertainment here on the elevated platform.
Can imagine what that's like.
Yes, two lovely-looking elven women dancing for the amusement and pleasure of onlookers.
Well, Thomas will sit down right here because it's the best spot to see things.
Yes. The humans, and they are certainly all humans around here, those who are not scaled, definitely do look like a sorry lot. Already Thomas can tell that he is the best equipped, and with his guard background, he's hazardous to say that if it came down to a fight, he could probably kill every single one of them, if need be. Probably without being scratched. They look pretty bad. Off here, this is not a, there's no, like, rope or anything that says that you're not permitted, but there does not appear to be any humans in this area. It's all dragonkin, with only 2 lizard men talking and chortling amongst themselves. Occasionally, a server comes out to deliver things and is very thoroughly groped and handled before she steps back in.
I mean, these other humans, are they just kind of staring at the floor and not talking, or do they seem like
they are talking and interacting with each other. It is muted. Conversation does die a bit, however. Thomas walks in and has a sit-down. All of the humans at this table turn to, like, strongly stare at Thomas with a mixture of hope and then it melts into fear as they get a closer look at all that Thomas is bringing with him, which is more than they have. A mixture of rags with maybe some leather armor, daggers, and in this guy's case, a short sword at best. The scaly ones, are their part, are enjoying the company, perhaps more to the fact that they're able to relax in this warmer area than standing outside on patrol or guard. So, she says, you want to join too, huh? You're not, I mean, look at you, hi.
Hello, and however I look like, I'm as bad off as you are, perhaps even more so.
I'm Ellie.
Hello, I'm Kevin.
Oh, alright, Kevin. That's not a name I've heard too much. Okay, you here? Is one of the rubble districts?
Could you repeat that, Grimith?
Kevin, not a name here too much. You from around here? One of the rubble districts? Saltside?
Yes, Saltside. I've been living here for not too long, but I've been here for a few months. Hoping that, well, in this town, I heard there's opportunities for someone who's willing to do things, but things turn sour quickly, and now I have nowhere to turn.
This gentleman spits out a bit of chewing tobacco that he had and says, yeah, opportunities for the desperate or foolish. Sounds like a racket to me.
Well, what people offer certainly sounds rather nice, doesn't it? I mean, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right?
Yeah, well, he looks around at the lizardmen who aren't paying him a damn bit of mind. They're very interested in the entertainment. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
True enough, but you take what you can get, right?
Yeah, I'll take all right.
So, you just arrived today?
Looks around. Yeah, got here a number of hours ago. Told to make myself comfortable that this could be the last meal I ever have as a sweet, whatever the hell that means.
I think that's the word they use for, well, humans. And
I
the
know what
normals.
that means, idiot. I'm not new here to Drakenhall.
Oh,
I mean, like, hey, kill me, what the hell's the point of even having this? Like, some sort of last meal type thing. Doesn't make sense at all.
Thomas shrugs. I mean, only one way to find out, right? I don't suppose any of you actually know what's going to happen, do you? Like, exactly.
The three will look to each other, and she says, well, they say there's gonna be a test of some kind, like, we'll have to stand guard outside naked or something. I mean, I'm practically that way anyway, and she really is wearing the rags that she is. It's amazing she hasn't already died of frostbite. Extreme cold.
Well, I suppose there's certainly a lot of desperate people, and they only want the best of the desperate or something. And I'm sure there's more to the test than just standing outside.
Yeah, well, I've expected a gang like this, the gentleman says, turning back to you, to be tough and give us a hard challenge worthy of being a member of the Scarlet Serpents. I think. Actually, I thought they only... Oh, I'm sure it means something. They wouldn't just treat us right here if... in order to... Ah, whatever. And he, like, takes another drink from, like, his tankard. The longevity and good fortune.
Sure. I guess Thomas will grab a drink as well, try to continue making some, like, hesitant small talk.
Yes, a slave will eventually come all the way down there to check on food and drinks and bring in basically lots and lots of meat with some bread, but really meat. Lots of meat. Thomas has the inkling that all of this meat might not be meat that he's comfortable eating, as in it might not just be animal meat.
I mean, he can probably pick out the edible bits.
Yes.
The morally edible bits.
Yes, he's not the only one doing that. The lizardmen do find it humorous, though. They do look away from the entertainment to watch you do that.
Sure they would.
They're not looking away from the entertainment, they're looking at a different kind of entertainment.
Yes. Yes, a different kind of entertainment indeed. So while Thomas is carousing, is there something that you three wish to do or discuss that you want to have out and talk amongst yourselves, since you are technically the rest of the group?
Technically.
So, Leon, what do you know of that figure in the sky?
And you see Leon get back, as I said before, he just starts basically grabbing for whatever the strongest alcohol he can find is immediately available. Looks back to you, looks to Fargus, looks to you, looks to the alcohol. Why don't hear him? Come with me. Come with me.
So just looks at Fargus and shrugs. So you might be more comfortable. You have a bit of an unsettling aura, to be honest.
Close the door. Close the door.
Fargus does look quite angry.
You also start having Leon pace back and forth.
Sure, you're gonna sort of go over here and sort of lean against the table, looking at him.
Leon looking exceptionally nervous. It's he just seems to regain his composition slightly after having a few drinks. That was the Viscount Ruff.
The Viscount of what?
He is a Lich Count who has one of the ones that had linked to whatever her name was. Being too flustered.
Yes, I do think we heard that name from the alchemist.
I know for a fact it was him, and I know for a fact it's the same one.
How?
There's no doubt about it.
Have you seen him before?
That's not important. That's not. The point is.
No. You listen here. You've seen that lich thing before. There's weird things of you finding underground cult places. I want to know what's going on here, Leon. You're going to tell me.
You want to know what's going on? I wish I knew what was going on. I thought I would never see that damn lich count again.
Well, why did you see him the first time?
Leon pacing back and forth, completely stressed out by this. Is it really that important to you?
Yes. It certainly seems important to you, and we have been traveling together for now some time. Helping Fargus fight his demons. Might as well help you fight yours.
Leon seemingly very frustrated by this, but he's absolutely he's having a minor breakdown here at this for a second. I've told you before. When I woke up, I basically had memories of nothing. What I woke up to, though, was, well, not him, but his minions. I know it.
How?
What do you mean, how? I wake up surrounded by the Lich King's forces.
All right, but this is not the Lich King.
No, but it's his forces in particular. I know the name's been heard. I've seen him at distances, but never been able to fight it. A shadow trying to control me.
Around here?
Far to the... consider this moment. To the west. It was normally more towards Concord, that kind of area, but this is close enough where it's reasonable that if he could be here. There's no mistaking it. There's no mistaking it.
I see, and this is terrible because I'm sure many of these kind come to the city.
There are two reasons this is horrible. One, I don't want to go back to them. Two, Dwohurim. Obey.
So pales for a bit. Tries to snatch a butterfly out from the air, holding it in his hand, looking at it.
As Leon's basically got his head against the wall.
Yes, I suppose that problem is something we should deal with a bit more urgently then. I don't know if we can be sensed or felt over distances or a beacon or something.
Shaking his head, I have no idea. Why does he have to come back?
Well, there probably is a reason. And hope that Thomas finds something that can link it all together. Must believe in Thomas. He hasn't failed us before. And you didn't want Fargus to know this? Well, I suppose I understand some of it. What are you going to tell him?
Leon turns back, looking to you. I have no idea. I didn't even want to tell you, but... well, I thought you might want to know, especially considering...
Yes. I suppose it's good to know that that person is in town. Sorry, I'm still feeling a bit of the
butterflies in the air.
Is it not? Yes.
They're the least of my concerns right now. Swatting them out with pleasant comparison.
Pretty, though. Puts a whole new perspective on things.
Sounds like you're enjoying it.
Looks on says, oh, immensely. Now, I suppose we should get something to eat, shouldn't we?
I suppose.
I'm hungry.
Leon will take another drink, realizing he's already gone through like half a bottle.
So I think we have some oat cakes left. Wonder. Get some of those. If Fargus asks, I'll tell him another violent flashback from your past. Well, it's not entirely untrue. And here we'll go and... This is like the kitchen area.
I mean, it's the forge, technically, but...
There's food over here.
True, there's food everywhere.
Fargus hit... No, Tempus hit some of the oat cakes, but he's a box now. So. Here we'll go and munch on oat cake and honey.
Leon's gonna grab food, sit in the bed in the corner, curl up eating it.
Doesn't feel as concerned as he maybe should. But, you know, everything... He has a feeling that everything will be alright.
I like it, Manaki.
Fargus is outside, still angry, playing with the dog. Teaching it.
Teach it to bite Leon.
Exactly.
If there were doors here, these doors would be locked. But they're not.
This is necrotic meat. Bite it.
Or he just carries it on.
Hate skeletons. Bones.
The banter and chit chat continues for another 18, 19 or so minutes. The lovely entertainment up there on the stage have a number of enticing routines for Kevin to enjoy.
Oh, Kevin will pointedly look the other way.
Which other way?
like north, south, east.
Alright. Eventually, the commotion that's in the northern room begins to fade away. And the various denizens of it, the scaled ones, actually begin to stand up and move. Like so. And out very dimly, Thomas can see that narrow corridor. Out from the passageway comes a somewhat familiar individual, hulking as she is and incredibly tall with her great strength. I say similar individual. She's missing two of the fingers on her left hand, and the left side of her face and neck have been horribly scarred, almost as if it were an acid burn, which consumed the flesh there, leaving a ruined wreck where a not unpleasant face once used to be. She pushes aside stools, and the scaled ones hurriedly get out of the way, even the warlocks, who look rather smug and confident. Alright, sweets. Get in here, all of you.
Oh, Kevin will stand up. Doesn't really want to be the first one in, but he's kind of sitting the closest, so I suppose
yes.
hesitant steps.
That's sort of joined by the rest of everyone else as they turn to look and get a full gaze at Calorel with her scarred, mutilated features. The barkeep who's back here ducks under the fucking table. Come on, closer now. I won't bite any of you, promise. They all sort of creep in. So this is it? 7? Looking to one of the lizardmen. Lizardman calls out, Actually, mistress, there is an 8th one. He's not in here? He's out. Yes, mistress. And the lizardmen pick up the body of the 8th, and they pitch him outside. All right. 7 of you. 7 of you. She looks at Thomas, Kevin rather, since Kevin's the closest one. Eyes him a bit. Doesn't appear to show any signs of recognition.
Good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can't count! There's clearly 8 here, and... I'm sorry, mistress! And, Calorel looks at 2 of the Dragonkin. Throw him out, too. No, mistress! I'm sorry! And 2 Dragonkin move after the Lizardmen. No! Well, 8 of you, 8 desperate ones to join our ranks. Some of you look more fit than others. It's difficult to say, though, what tenacity you may have. We are certainly looking for individuals to fill out the ranks of the glorious Scarlet Serpents. And it's worth noting at this point, as these are details you would notice. Other than her scarring, she is still clad in her armor. She does still have her bow. She does not have another pendant around her neck.
So if I kill her now... No.
As a result, she begins waving her disfigured hand. We only have room enough for 4 of you. What? 4? You hear, like, clamors and cries. How will this be well, you have until tonight. You can have this room to yourselves. Solve it. That's your initiation. So pass. When there's only 4 of you left, those who are left will be permitted in. And you'll actually be giving rank and be able to join the Scarlet Serpents. Until there's 4 of you left, nothing happens. And if that means... Oh, well, you won't... I'm sure you'll figure it out. And she turns and begins to walk away. And the scaled ones actually begin to move to the sides of the walls. Very much intending on staying out of whatever transpires as panic begins to develop behind Thomas. But only 4, but what does that mean? What are we gonna have to, like, we draw straws? Maybe, like, do we put, like, sticks? Like, what does that mean?
First of all, are all of you sure that you really want to do this? Now seems to be the last moment that you can actually reconsider.
You know, maybe, at 4, I think and then she, like, goes and, like, mumbles ums and ahs and just runs.
Thomas will kind of pointedly look to the 2 women, Ellie specifically.
She, like, stamps her foot and she says, "No, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. I came here for a reason and I'm not leaving without that." And, this gentleman back here says, "Screw this, I think I know this reason. You know, maybe this isn't for me, Scarlet Serpents. I think I'm gonna go, find another gang. I think that, Rakumi's is pretty good. Yeah, I'm just gonna go."
Thomas will kind of step closer to Ellie and somewhat whisper, "You've said things that clearly indicate that you don't want to do this. You know what this is supposed to be. You know what's supposed to happen here.
You're just trying to talk me out of it so that you can get saved."
I'm trying to talk you out of it to make sure that you don't regret it tomorrow.
Tomorrow? There's not gonna be a tomorrow.
Why not?
Because there has to be... If I leave, then I die, and if there has to be 4 of us. By any means necessary.
Why would you die if you left now?
It's so cold out there, and I don't really have much in the way of food. This is the most I've eaten in a few days. Looking at her, it appears that's correct.
What if I had a place where you could at least survive a couple days?
Then why would you be here?
I have my reasons.
Well, I have my reasons too. She stomps her foot and, like, balls her thin, weak fists.
Thin, weak fists. Well, Thomas is going to make a big, strong fist and punch Dirk.
Dirk
Straight
did not...
in the face.
Dirk did not fucking see that coming at all. He has been liquidated, lubricated with alcohol, and he was, like, sneering because he was, like, seeing the gamesmanship that Kevin was playing. And he briefly has time to go, "Hey, what?" And he's fucking out.
Kevin will then turn to Ellie again with a kind of facial expression that is supposed to be both somewhat intimidating as well as not quiet.
She
basically indicating that this really is the last chance and she should find a better place. At least accept Thomas's offer.
She looks wide-eyed at the body, and she looks wide-eyed at you. Says, "Wow, I didn't know you could do... You only need to, like, remove one more. That's 5.
Look, I'm going to write something on this piece of paper that I'm going to give you, and then you have a choice.
I can't read. The other prospects begin to slide away, because they're getting where this situation is going.
There's one body already.
He's fine, he's just in a very bad shape.
Good thing all 4 of us didn't go. All 5.
Well, Thomas, Kevin will sigh.
Look,
just sit down.
Just like, why? She like rushes over. Look, there's only them over there, and then that'll be 4.
Yeah, only them. Go take care of it. If you have what it takes, if you want to be part of this, then surely this next part shouldn't be really difficult for you.
She blinks, and then she nods. You know, fire burns in her eyes. And she sees the stool here. She musters her strength, and she picks it up.